Hi, I'm Brandon, and today I'm taking a look at this school principal who was arrested for, we'll just say, having bad stuff on his computer. I'm not even sure what this guy's name is, it doesn't say here, but I watched a little bit of this and it seems interesting, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to cover it and do my commentary on it, and we can figure out what's going on together. So anyone that's seen this before probably knows what happens, but I don't, so let's jump into it.
And I think I forewent our introductions earlier. I'm Detective Moore. This is my partner, Detective Hamer. Like I said up at the house, the reason we're having this conversation today is I received a number of, for lack of a better term, tips that come to me from electronic service providers, places like Google.
I should take the time to point out, how is this guy a school principal? This guy looks like he'd be a bouncer at a biker bar or something. This guy does not look like a school principal. I hope the hell he doesn't show up to work dressed like that.
Discord, Kick, Facebook, Instagram. And those are generated when a user does something that gets flagged by their system. Generally, as a matter of speaking, somebody at that, we call them an ESP, sits down, they review whatever it was, and then they fire off these reports to us. We look at them, investigate them as necessary. That being said, do you have any idea why we're talking today?
You can keep talking.
Okay. Part of my hope is that this is a two-way conversation. It doesn't do me
Part of my hope is that you'll just confess to everything just to make our job easier.
a lot of good to just sit here and talk, right? Because
Well,
I already know.
I'm guessing, let me use my powers of inference, that somebody flagged something, and that's where we're at.
Really? So what you figured out is exactly what the cop just told you. Brilliant.
What was your Discord username? Do you remember?
Colonel Angus something 40
Okay.
something. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been on Discord since then, and I don't do that.
Since June.
Yeah.
Colonel Angus, like the Saturday Night Live skit?
Yes.
Okay.
You're the only person that I think's gotten that.
Okay.
Colonel Angus. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I don't know if that's a super old SNL reference that I don't remember, or if it's just a super new SNL reference, because I haven't watched that show in years. But if anyone knows, let me know.
These are all of the reports
Oh, wow.
that I've gotten. There's a
That's a lot.
abnormal amount of them.
Okay.
And part of the reason is it's because of continued use.
Okay.
Every time a user does something that gets flagged, it generates one of these reports.
And he's got a whole stack, an unusually big stack of reports. So that means, well, in my amateur observation of the situation, that he was probably doing this a lot.
Generally, we only get 1, 2, maybe 3 of these before we end up having this conversation. I have 8. Like I said, it's an abnormal number.
Yeah.
To clarify a little bit, the activity is generally, how familiar are you with like computer terminology, electronic stuff?
I mean, I'm passing familiar with certain.
Okay. So,
Well, he definitely knows how to look up very illegal stuff.
I'll ask for questions if I don't understand.
I'll simplify it a little bit more. So every piece of data that exists has something called a hash value. It's a super unique value, can't be recreated.
Right.
I think it's like 1 million times more unique than your own thumbprint is. And that's specific to photos and videos, which are the types of content that these ESPs flag. Okay. There is a very large database of known hash values, specifically related to something we call CSAM, which is child abuse material.
I think this guy might starting to be understanding what he's here for.
Seem like you're familiar with the term, or
Well, I mean,
able to work it out.
okay.
Yeah. And so as we go through this process with people and these images get identified, this hash value gets put into this database. And so when one of these ESPs sees one of these known hashes get uploaded or downloaded, it triggers one of these. Then a user with an employee of the company sits down, they review it, and ensure that, yes, this is actually what happened. Then they fire off one of these reports. Sometimes it's a batch of things, so 10, 20, 30 things get sent. We just get one report.
Right.
If they're separated by more than a few days or a week, then we start getting multiple reports. Does that kind of make sense how that process works?
Good explanation.
So, like I said, I have 8 of them here.
Okay.
The most recent actually happened on Friday, or came in on Friday. But they are all originated from Discord and Kik.
Okay.
Specifically, the all
You tell he's still trying to act confused. I don't get it, huh?
except 2 of them originated from Discord.
See, and I haven't been on Discord for...
Well, you said since June.
Since June, right.
Which the bulk of these originated from either very early June all the way back through March of this year.
Okay.
So exactly like you just admitted to.
They do relate back to the username that you gave, the Colonel Angus 44. A big part of what comes in these reports is they give us what's called the subscriber information. So anything you use to sign up for the account, including email addresses, phone numbers, things like that. The email address used to sign up for these was the 44shocker at Gmail account, or at Gmail. The other big thing that it gives us is for each explicit image that's uploaded or downloaded, transferred, it gives us the date and time stamp that it happened, and then the IP address that it originated from.
Okay.
So with that information, we sit down and I send off subpoenas or search warrants to, in this case it was to Comcast for the IP address. They came back and said that your wife is the subscriber for that particular ISP address, and it services 97 Yelton Drive or Yelton Place.
So he got his wife involved in this?
Okay.
A search warrant was sent off to Google for this 44shocker Gmail account, which is how we ended up with your name and your date of birth.
They sent a report.
Okay. Maybe you kind of knew this was coming, or?
No, I didn't know this was coming.
How could you not? How could you not know it's when you're doing that kind of shit online, that kind of disgusting illegal stuff? You have to know in the back of your mind that there is a chance you're going to get caught doing it. You have to know that the police are out there, thank God, actively trying to find people doing this. So how could you not possibly think you might get caught?
They said that as a matter of course they had to submit my data or whatever it was, and they couldn't talk about it, but now they could.
Okay. And that didn't seem...
It seemed concerning, but what am I going to do?
Okay.
Well, maybe not look at disgusting illegal stuff.
When did you receive that?
Last week?
Okay, so just
3
recently?
weeks ago?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So, with all of that being said, we're not here by mistake.
Right.
Right? We've put in our due diligence.
Yeah, that's the thing. By the time they're having the interrogation, this is not the start of the investigation. This is well into the investigation. So they do a search warrant. The cops said they have those, whatever those hash numbers are, or whatever they're called, that are like a, far more accurate and identifying than a human fingerprint, and they're already connected to him. They have all the information. So basically, they damn right well know he did it. That's what they're confronting him with. So obviously, you're innocent until proven guilty, but just the fact that he's sitting here is a very strong sign that he did it.
To get to this point, and I'm extremely certain of why you're in the position you're in. That being said, we like to have these types of conversations to try to give you...
Get get evidence and get you to incriminate yourself.
You or whoever it is an opportunity to explain, what it is that was happening, or maybe the motivators, or is this something that's been going on for a long time, or something that's come up new. In your case, one of my concerns is you are in a position of authority at a school.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a concern. He's not even just a teacher, he's a principal.
So clearly there's some additional concerns there, right? Your access to children that are the same content that was uploaded and downloaded being discussed. Is this something that you're willing to talk about with me, or?
To an extent.
Okay.
To an extent.
How long have you been, doing this, seeking it out, collecting?
It's been less than a year.
Okay, so maybe
So he's basically admitting to it.
Probably
late fall, early
February.
winter.
Probably February.
Okay, so about the time that these reports started, because I think my
Yeah.
first one's probably early March-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. What drove that?
Accidentally, I was talking to somebody on Reddit, I think, and they,
Sent it to you?
yeah.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of these guys say that kind of thing. They were just chatting with someone and then someone sent it to them, or they just accidentally stumbled upon it, or it just popped up. I don't think CSAM is the kind of stuff that you could just stumble across just accidentally. I don't think it's normal to be chatting with someone about something completely unrelated and then they just send you this kind of material for no reason. I think you either have to ask for it or be chatting with someone where it's expected that that's the kind of stuff that you're exchanging. Could be wrong. I don't know how that world works. As far as I knew, all this stuff was on the dark web. So I think you have to actively seek it out to find it. You're not just coming across it normally just through normal internet use. So this guy was out there searching for it.
And then you just kind of were like, oh yeah, this is kind of the thing, and went down the rabbit hole?
Never sought it out. Didn't go looking.
But dude, they have a stack of papers. That whole stack of alerts they received, or whatever you call them, that you were doing this a lot. So you're just telling me that all these times that this happened, the cop even said this is an alarming higher than usual number of times, that you just accidentally saw, downloaded, or exchanged those kind of images and videos? I don't think that's possible.
For it, didn't do internet search, not looking for any of that. It's, as you well know, there's folks out there that have a lot of things.
Very aware.
Yeah.
Okay, and was it you said you were having this conversation with somebody?
And the thing is, if that did happen for some reason, where someone sent you this kind of thing, and you had absolutely no interest in it, wouldn't you report that person, or at least block them and never use whatever app that is again? Wouldn't you just stay the hell away? Wouldn't you be just shocked at that? If you just continue talking to that same person and getting more and more and other people, and this keeps happening over and over again for months on end, you can't say that you didn't want it.
On Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
did they just kind of offer it up to you? How'd that conversation come about?
It was an RP thing, roleplay sort of thing. We started talking on Reddit then.
He's going for the role play excuse.
Okay, sexually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of stuff.
And so what this person said, hey, are you interested in looking at this, or?
It was. I think it was sent without any. We were sending clips back and forth of.
Okay.
Various adult activities.
Okay.
Usually Reddit stuff, or
Okay.
sometimes some Pornhub, sometimes some. Things like that.
So what exactly were you role playing? If you were exchanging adult type videos, why would they send you videos of underage people unless that is what you were role playing, that is what you were both into? If you're role-playing something else, why would they assume that you're into that? And why would this happen repeatedly? I don't think I buy his story.
Okay. After this interaction with this Reddit user, was there like a continued back and forth conversation with the same person, or did you kind of start to stumble across other people?
Just came across others.
Okay. Tell me about some of those interactions.
Same sort of thing.
So you came across one person that sent you this type of stuff, and you weren't interested in it. And then somehow you ended up talking to a whole bunch of people, this whole ring of people that were into this, and you weren't. Yet somehow you continued talking to them, and receiving this stuff. Am I understanding this correctly?
People posting, looking for, female looking for male, online chatting stuff. I've never done anything IRL.
Okay.
Everything's always been online, and that's a very important distinction considering.
Yeah, kinda. Obviously, it's good that you didn't do this for real, but it doesn't mean that all the horrible stuff you did do is you get a pass on that, because you don't, because all that stuff you were watching involved a real life victim, whether it was here or whether it was overseas, wherever it was, a real person was harmed, and you are one of the worst people in the world for repeatedly exchanging this and being part of that world. This is horrible.
The position I'm in, I've never
And just
done
the way,
anything.
sorry to keep pausing it, but the way these guys justify it, like I bet you in his mind, he's like, you know what? Like, I'm a principal. I've never done this with a real student. I've never done this thing in real life. Therefore, I'm not that bad of a guy. What I'm doing is justifiable as long as I don't do this for real. As long as I just keep it on the internet, then it's okay. Is that what he's thinking? It kind of sounds like it. The thing is, how do we trust this guy? His full-time job is being around kids. A lot of his job involves having kids in his office and disciplining them and that kind of thing. We're going to trust this guy who's received this kind of obscene material, an alarming higher than usual number of times. We're going to trust him to go his entire career and never escalate to the point where he's doing this for real. We on my channel and in all this TCAP stuff I cover, we catch these guys but the police catch these guys all the time that'll show up to these stings, and it all starts with doing bad stuff online, and it just eventually goes to them doing it for real. So if he's telling the truth and he hasn't done this in real life yet, it doesn't mean he's not going to at some point.
With a student, at a student, never used access their information, never done anything like that. It's all been online.
Okay. And like I said, that's one of my...
And the internet and real life are not two different things. There might be a slight distinction, but it doesn't mean you can just do and say whatever you want to anyone online and not face any consequences. Because if you're talking with real people and you're dealing with pictures and videos that involve real people, and you're doing things that are blatantly disgusting and illegal, there is going to be very serious consequences for that.
My main concerns right now is your access to children and this being the content.
Well, right now I'm actually on administrative leave because I wasn't sad that Charlie Kirk got shot.
Okay.
And I when somebody was talking about it, I said, oh, too bad, good riddance.
Okay.
And they got me, so I don't have access to anything anyway.
And I have a feeling there's more to it than that. Like, I get it, that whole Charlie Kirk thing was a contentious issue that just stirred up a lot of political arguments. But I don't think he would have been placed on administrative leave just because he was upset that guy got shot. I have a feeling that it was more than that, and just seeing the kind of person he really is, I think he's trying to make it look like it was just like a political persecution type of thing. But now that we're seeing the kind of guy he is, there had to be more to it than that. Like, what he said must have been pretty bad. Because if you just said, "Oh, I'm upset that this guy got shot," I don't think anyone's gonna really come down on him. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I think that's how he's justifying it in his own mind. But who knows what the other people think of this guy, what the school system thinks of him. Like, he could be. We know how bad he is, so he could be doing a lot of bad stuff too, and he was on the chopping block for a while. I don't know. Pure speculation, but let's just keep going.
Okay. Is that the meeting you were at earlier
Yeah.
today? Okay. Were they just now placing you on admin leave, or I don't
No, that happened on Thursday.
Okay.
The thing happened on Wednesday.
Okay. So just random interactions with other users.
Yeah.
It appears like it's mostly through Discord. Is that?
I use Discord for very, very little,
Okay.
honestly, and that one was more, I don't know, I didn't use Discord. I had a couple of good connections that I used, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously there were a couple of connections. Mm-hmm. Were those the same scenario? Like you found that or role-playing?
It's both. Sometimes I'd post an ad saying, looking for somebody to chat with, talk.
Okay.
Those sorts of things.
And it just kind of evolves.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if you're on there and just looking for someone to chat with, like he says, but everyone he chats with, he's exchanging this kind of obscene illegal material with, there had to be something that he was posting or whatever, or saying that led people to believe that he was interested in that, right? Like, so, yeah, like, I think he's just trying to say, oh, I was just having normal chats, and somehow he received all this stuff constantly, but didn't want it. I don't know. I think he's full of shit.
Okay. When you do receive these images, or I'll even walk that back a little bit, have you ever reciprocated to receiving the images? Like they send you an image, so you send back one that you've gotten in the past, or a video?
That has happened.
So basically, you're just involved in an online CSAM ring. That's exactly what you do. You're exchanging this. You're sending it, you're receiving it, you're exchanging it, you're watching it. How is he trying to downplay what he was doing? Like, he's just admitting to it. That's horrible. Holy shit.
No.
Okay.
And this, like I said, this was a stumble across, and yeah.
Okay. Do you, obviously if you're reciprocating, sending them back, you have these images and videos saved somewhere. Is it on your phone? Do you have a hard drive?
I do not have any anymore.
You deleted them all?
I don't have any.
I like how he's nodding, almost like that clears him. I deleted it all. You can't download and watch stuff like that and exchange it with another group of perverts and then just like delete them all as you go and then think you're just going to forever be in the clear because you're not saving them long term.
Okay, help me understand what you mean by that, because you made an important distinction there. That
I do not have any images in my phone or on computer or anything like that.
Okay.
Anything that I've gotten has been deleted. I wasn't comfortable keeping things on there.
But just the fact that you're out there exchanging it, pretty sure that's a crime too.
Okay, so you only held them for the couple of months you're doing it and purged it.
Time's going back, and then, you get, it's like, no, I can't have this, this is not good.
And prior to this...
Now he's trying to pretend that he's some sort of moral person. This isn't right. This thing that I did repeatedly for months on end, this isn't right, so I'm a good guy.
This year, when you were interacting with people doing fantasy or roleplay type stuff, were you doing this regularly with adult porn prior to this year?
Not really, no.
And so, at some point when you got into exchanging and role-playing with the adult stuff, how did you get the underage stuff? How did that transpire?
As you're aware, there's a lot of folks who like to do age play sort of things. I mean, that's not...
Yeah. That's kind of what I felt like you were alluding to.
Yes. Yeah. That, it was age play.
Okay. And then the image...
Again, like, I don't know, maybe there's a lot of people that do that kind of thing, but I think what has happened is, I think that's just an excuse they use. We've heard that before. Role-playing, dog, role-playing chat room, whatever David Schumacher said. Like, we've heard that before. That's nothing new, but I think that's just like an excuse for these guys to do it, because if you're involved in this community that is actively exchanging this kind of illegal material, like not just roleplay, but actual real pictures and videos, I think it's just like a cover that, oh, this is just roleplay. We're into this kind of thing, but it's roleplay. But it's not just roleplay if you're actually doing it. So, and obviously, if you went in there expecting just roleplay, but not real, and all of a sudden you realize, holy shit, they're sending me all this illegal stuff. You shouldn't, if you were in any way normal, be like, holy fuck, I'm reporting this and getting the hell away from here because this is wrong and illegal. Instead, he just dives in and starts sharing it too, and now he's claiming, oh, it's just like a role play thing. Like, we've heard that role play excuse quite a bit lately.
Were given to you through that without your solicitation, is that correct?
At first.
Okay.
And I never, and it's very important, I never said, hey, I'm looking for this.
You don't have to say that. If you're repeatedly receiving it and then sending other stuff back, you're exchanging it. You don't have to say the words you wanted. You're just allowing it, and you don't have to say, I'm going to kill you before shooting someone to get in trouble for it. It doesn't matter if you say that. The fact is you repeatedly did it over and over and over again, and they can prove it. So what the hell are you talking about? Did you seriously think he could get away with it? Because I never directly asked for it, so I just received it all and then sent it to other people, and we're exchanging it for several months, and then I just delete it after watching it, so I'm good. Is that what I'm understanding that he's trying to say, and he thinks this is going to get him off the hook?
I want to see this. Okay. I'm seeking this. It usually ended up happening in a matter of course.
Okay.
If you're participating or hanging out with a group of people or conversing with any sort of group of people, and they repeatedly send you this type of material as a matter of course, you should probably find different people to associate with, because that's going to get you in trouble. Not to mention it is absolutely horrific and evil and illegal.
And I think what my partner's trying to work out here is, when you say in a manner of course, is you're role-playing through this age scenario, where is it that you're the older person and this other person is playing?
I have been.
Not to mention, people in the comments have mentioned this too, when these guys use the role-play excuse. If you're role-playing with age games where you're pretending that the other person is underage, that doesn't make you look any better. It just makes you look like you're into that kind of thing. So you're basically just admitting to being the P word that we all know that you are. So how is anyone going to look at that and be like, oh, okay, that's normal, never mind. I thought you were some kind of a perv, but I guess that's normal. No, you're just, why would you be role-playing that kind of scenario to begin with?
You've done both ways.
Your goddamn principle.
Okay. And as this role play is going on, how does it transition from the role play to you getting or sending?
As you're talking.
And the thing is, if you're interested in that kind of thing to the point where you're role playing it because you're so interested in it, like I say all the time, it's going to escalate. It's going to escalate to looking at this type of stuff because the people you're with, who knows how further down the rabbit hole they are, right? You're just gonna slowly get deeper and deeper into this world, which will eventually lead to you doing it IRL in real life. You're a principal. There's no way this would have just stayed as something he did occasionally online. This would have gotten to the point where he did something really, really horrible to a physical person.
You send images to illustrate what the scenario is that's going on.
Okay.
And so just organically without asking to receive or to give, it's just as part of the play, the exchange of those two things. Okay.
And then, but like you were saying earlier, you would occasionally reciprocate where you would get an image in and then you would send. And to clarify, most of these seem like they're videos versus just like still photos. Okay. If you had to guess, what was the average age range of the juvenile or the child in the videos, or was there an average age range?
I don't know that I could. Preteen to teen.
Okay.
So that's horrible. Like, good God.
So like 10 to 12, 8 to 10.
Could be.
Okay.
I'm not super great at guessing ages based on.
I'm sure you could ballpark it. I'm sure you know exactly what you're interested in.
Okay.
This guy is horrible. I just looked it up. Apparently he got 5 years in prison. So at least he got something, but That's definitely not enough. And I'm assuming he lost his job because this guy should not be around society at all, let alone children.
Whole thing, I'm just kind of the helper here. And being in your position, how do you get yourself into a situation where you're even sticking your toe in that pool?
I know.
Yeah, I think what he's getting at is, what the hell is wrong with you?
I mean, it's...
Yeah.
I mean, did you think that, you know, there's no way they'd find out, or...
I don't know that the thought goes that deep at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's...
He just had no concern for the victims or for anyone else. He just, all he cared about was his own sick, demented pleasure, and he just couldn't care if anyone got hurt.
I mean, you've seen people, you've seen... I mean, you guys, this isn't your first rodeo, and
Unfortunately.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of assholes like this guy, the police are just constantly having to do stings and everything they can to arrest these guys. And the more they catch, the more there are. This is a horrific problem. So why would you just add to the police workload and add to the ever-growing number of victims just by participating in this for your own pleasure? Like, you're evil. These guys should not be allowed to ever set foot in society.
One last thing, when I stepped out, I thought about it.
Columbo.
What's that?
Columbo.
Columbo?
You're not familiar with Columbo? He was a detective. He would...
Oh, the one more thing. Yeah, I love Columbo. How dare you even speak about Columbo?
He'd come in and pretend like he was...
He'd pretend like he's a moron, and then he'd leave, and then, oh, one more thing.
Oh.
And then that was the one that actually got him.
Right, so...
Interesting.
Columbo me.
Yeah, don't try to joke around with the cops. We're not buddies here.
No, early on in the interview, you said back in June your Discord account got hacked.
Yeah.
Are you being honest or truthful in that statement?
Yeah, I had no idea.
He's trying to blame this on someone else. Okay, maybe your Discord got hacked, but wasn't he using all those other apps too, doing the exact same thing?
What was going on until I went to log in and it said you've taken action against terms and services.
Okay. So
I don't think that's being hacked. That's just you doing illegal stuff on there and then deleting your account or something, isn't it? I don't think that means you were hacked.
what that was, that's why I wanted to clarify that, was did it actually get hacked? Or so what you ran into was when they closed your account because of those violations.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. When they fire off these reports to us, typically they will lock a user's account out. I just want to clarify that it wasn't suddenly all of a sudden somebody else was posting.
And it looks like that's where the video cuts off and ends. So yeah, I don't know, I'm trying to do different just so I don't just have to keep redoing all the same TCAP guys over and over again. I'm trying to branch out and do different types of videos, so they're not all going to be winners. This one I think was just exceptionally gross because of the fact that on top of what he was doing, he was a school principal, which makes this very alarming. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know if there's any other interrogations or predators or anything you want me to cover, and I will try to do them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.